Hi precious people, I trust you well. This is a quick tutorial on how to um, do POIA stories in the FCP system. So we shall begin with how the PF does set the timelines, and then how you'll be able to understand the timelines, and then how do you go to now get the stories, how do you go to get the stories. So without much ado, let's delve into this. So we'll go to the POIA section. Okay, so when you go to the POIA section and you are the PF will be able to see how they can add the voting time frames. Okay, so the PF will add a voting time frame. And remember, you can add a story even before the PF adds the voting time frame. So it's just you. It's good just you just watch the video up to the end so that you can know how to add the stories. So the PF, what they'll need to do, the PF are required to do only two things. So we'll come and select here the voting level. So let's say, for example, they'll have two entries. One, they'll say the cluster level. Okay, so they'll say cluster level, and then they will choose the voting level name will be the name of that cluster. Okay, so they will enter the start date. We say that the start date for voting for the cluster level is on 28th, and it will start at 9 a.m. Okay, so it will start on 28th of June. So here you'll just come and select 28th of June, and then the time, the PF will select now the time as 9, and 9 select 9, you'll select 9 a.m. all right, so you can just come here and just also edit here like this, 9 a.m. like that. Okay, and then the end time, we said also it should end the same day at 4 p.m. so the PF will come and select the start date, all right, and then we select the end date, the end time. So this will be 16, no 16, yes, this will be 16, or it will be 4 p.m. and then you just edit this to be p.m. okay, so that will be 4 p.m. it will be 4 p.m. so it will start at 26th on 28th. On 28th, remember the date is in the middle, so it will begin on 28th June at 9 a.m. and end on, so the PF will just create the time frame, and then again PF will come and do what we call, or do another entry called cluster verification. So when the PF does cluster verification, let me just refresh. Let's say they have posted that, and then they also need to add now the cluster. They will add, because after voting there will be cluster verification, and the PF will select the PF together with the cluster. They will choose together who are the people who will be in the verification committee. Okay, so there will be a day for verification of those stories, because we want quality stories, and we want to be make sure that everything is very, very clear, and no one will come and say that this was not to the standard that it was presented. So the verification committee will just verify to ensure that the story that was projected as it was presented, that's how it's happening on the ground. Okay, so there will be cluster verification, and then we shall have, after cluster verification, like you select the cluster verification, and then you select the name of that cluster as the voting name level. And then now we say that the dates for verification are it will begin the same date but 16:01, just immediately after voting. Okay, so immediately after voting is when the verification will begin. So after that, immediately after voting, that is on 28th at 4, so it is at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. so at 4 p.m. so I'll say 4:01. okay, so you can say here 4:01 p.m. and then it should end on 12th of July. The verification will take 2 weeks, so it will take that long, up to 12th of July, and 12th of July, and this one will end on at 4 at also 4 p.m. right, on the 12th. Okay, so it will start that time and also end at 4 p.m. okay, so you'll change the a.m. to p.m. Okay, so it will end at 4 p.m. So that's how it is supposed to be. So these are the timelines. The timeline for cluster will be, the timeline for the cluster will be 28th, all right, from 28th June from 9, and then it will end at 4. And then the verification now will take place from 4 p.m. of the same day to 12th. That's the 2 weeks that we've given for you to do the verification of cluster stories. So I hope that is clear. So once you've done that, when the PF has set the time frames, now the cluster account watch will start, right? The cluster account watch for POYA section, and then cluster voting will start, and it will tell you that the voting will begin in this number of days or hours after it has been set. Okay, but I've said that you can still post a story even without the PF setting the time frame. However, you will not be able to vote unless the time frame is created. Okay, so I hope that is very clear. So let's go on and look at how we can now be able to post a success story, and I will be clear so that also you can understand how to edit that story in case it has a problem. So we shall come to, and why do people actually have stories that are not showing? Because there is a format that you have to be very keen about, because if you miss even one step, you will not be able to achieve the desired results. Okay, so without much ado, again, let me go to when you log into the FCP digital system. Okay, you'll navigate to a place called project success stories. These project success stories. Okay, so in the project success stories section, this one, you will now click add story. So there are 3 categories as per the POYA. Okay, so the first category has been that you can add caregiver success story. All right, and then in caregiver success story, we are saying there is a theme called improved family capacity to support children. Okay, so you'll do the story there. Remember the guideline that was shared with your PFs and also with the Madam Chair of POYA. So it is you add the caregiver story, and then here you'll add the participant story. So if you have a participant story under the 4 outcomes, the 5 including the child protection, global outcome frameworks, then you'll be able to add them under you'll now navigate to the participant success story. And if you have now, there will be 3, and I've said 3 major points where you can add stories. And then there is add church impact story, community impact to the community story. So this is the church impact, church influence to the community. So this is what I'm saying, and I'd like you to pay keen attention on this. You can add as many stories as you want in the system under any given category. However, you will only be allowed to nominate one of the many stories you've uploaded. So you can choose. If you want to upload only one story and nominate it, fine. If you want to have several and then nominate them, it's also allowed. Okay, so but only just know that in the cluster voting, only one of your story per category. For example, I want to be careful also to make you understand this. This is what we call the category. For example, improved family capacity to support children. That's a category on its own. All right. Under participants, there are 5 categories. There are 5 categories. Okay. Under participants, there are 5 categories. So you will be allowed to nominate. You'll be allowed, for example, if you have 5 stories in self-sufficiency, we'll only accept 1 story to be voted for under the category of self-sufficiency from your project. And then we shall also go to youth agency, where you will now choose 1 that you want to be voted for in youth agency. And then integrated well-being, you'll nominate also 1. In growth in class, you nominate 1. In child protection, nominate 1. So what I'm saying is you can have several stories under self-sufficiency. Just upload them, but agree with your team and pick 1 that will compete under this category in the cluster, and then later on go to the regional. All right, and then the voting will appear in this manner. After you have been voted in the cluster and it has been verified, it will automatically pick the top people in the cluster and in the cluster and send them to the region for regional voting. All right, when the regional voting will be set. I hope that is clear, friends. So now allow me to add some of the, so I've said you have how many you need to nominate stories in more than that is you have stories that will nominate under caregiver, the caregiver impact stories, where you have the family capacity to support children. So that one you have one category under this theme, and then we have 5 categories under you have 5 categories under participant success stories, that is the global outcome frameworks. You have 5 stories, and then in the church capacity categories there, and then also in the church capacity you have also a category that you can add how the church has been influencing the community. I hope that is clear up to that point. Na kama kuna scratch kidogo, just note that you have an option to upload very many stories, all right, as much as you want. However, you'll be allowed to nominate one story, all right? You'll be allowed to nominate one story per category. If you have 10 stories in youth sufficiency, self-sufficiency, will just allow you to nominate one story, because the system will not allow you to nominate more. Once you have voted, you've voted. Once you have nominated, you've nominated, okay? I hope that is very clear up to that point. Now, without much ado, let's now do how you add a story. Let's look at how do you add a story in the FCP system. So to add a story in the FCP system, you will come here and pick a category. Okay, so here I want to go with growth in Christ, and I want to show you, I'll show you how people actually make errors and how to correct those errors. But for now, I'll show you the correct way, and then I'll show you also what can go wrong when you choose a different link, because the links are very sensitive and the system is careful to see the link that you're putting in. So here, growth in Christ, for example, I have something I'm doing in growth in Christ. Okay, so we have said that you can add stories in each of these and be able to nominate at least a story in each of those categories. So now I've chosen because I can add all, but because of the sake of time, and I just to show, because it is the same way you'll do this, the same way you'll do caregiver story, the same way you'll do, so it is the same format that you'll use. So here I have come and picked the growth in Christ, okay, this growth in Christ option. So when I pick the growth in Christ option, like I've done this way, okay, I'll come and choose the age groups, right, that are involved. So here I'll say this one are combined age groups. Maybe I have a story about combined age groups, okay, and then here I'll come and say the story now, share the story. So share the story. For now, you need to show the impact of how that story has impacted the community, the impact, right, how that story, not community, how that story have crossed the impact under the theme that you, if it is church influence to the community, write the impact. If it is an impact is about quantification, how many, how, and the impact, like generally the impact. Okay, so here we're looking at, for example, growth in Christ. I'll say, for example, here I don't want to show you everything, like now inafanya hivi. So I know you people know how to write impact story, so I'll not belabor on that. So let me just go directly and say testing impact story on growth in Christ 1. So testing. So here you write all the impact stories, testing impact story. So here don't write testing impact story, please write the impact of the story. Okay, so for me I'll say testing impact story section 1, because I want to save time. Tukianza hapa kuandika polepole hiyo itakuwa itatulemea kidogo. So wacha tuweke hapa testing impact story section 1. Okay, now after you have placed all your story here and you feel like the grammar is well, you've corrected and everything is okay, and it makes sense, you now need to add a YouTube link. I want to be clear, you need to add a YouTube link. So what do you need to do? You need to come to YouTube. So if you don't have an account, make sure you sign in. Here there is a button for you to sign in. So you can either, here you'll see sign in. For me it's telling me sign out. So you sign in. Now unajua vile huwa unasema sign in with Google account, just choose the email of the project. After you've signed in, and you can see something here around even icon kitu. Either if you don't have a profile picture, it will show you the name, one initial of your one initial of your email. Just come here and click create. All right, so that is if you have not uploaded a video. Just upload a video. Okay, so you'll upload the video, and the process of the uploading a video in the YouTube is very easy. So upload the video, and after uploading the video here, just drag and drop here, and then choose or whatever prompts they will tell you what, then you say upload. All right, the last one, it will tell you processing. And once the video has been uploaded, all right, once the video has been uploaded, now you'll be able to see the video. I don't know, but and I want to make it clear. There are two types of videos. There are two types of links, and I want to show you how they appear. And I'll tell you which is the right link, and I will show you through a practical example how they affect how they affect when they are uploaded differently. So okay, so or how they affect the story when they are uploaded differently. So I want to show you two links. Okay, so this is the first link, and types of IDs, and I want you to pay keen attention on them. So the correct video ID, so whenever you search a video on YouTube, you have uploaded your video, and you need to confirm these things, ensure that they exist. One, you need to ensure that it has the word watch with a question mark in it and a V, and then it should also have the video ID, and this video ID should not have unsign or any other extra is equals after that. So I want to show you how an incorrect video ID will look like. Okay, so for you to ensure that the video is correct, just make sure that it has watch and it has is equals, one is equals, and it has the video ID. So let me show you, in case, let's say I have watched The Law of Honor by Apostle Joshua Selman, and then I want to, like for example, here it is the first video, and I click it. I want to show you how the wrong ID or the wrong ID will look like. So the wrong ID will look like this. It will look like it has the watch in it, or if it doesn't have the watch too, just know that that's also a wrong ID. And then it has is equal, but you see there are two is equal. So you need to remove these from the unsigned, because these are not needed. These are wrong. These are wrong. So if you post it the way it is, and I will post it the way it is so that you can see how it is. But now let me post this one. See this? This one has the correct one. It has one is equal, and it has the video ID and it has the watch in it. So this is what you copy. This one is what you copy. This one is what you copy, and then now you paste. Okay. Then this is what you copy. So copy this. Just make sure you copy it in that manner. Okay. You come and paste here where we call video link, like this. You paste it here. Okay. So whenever you're looking at your video, just make sure it has www, YouTube, watch V. Then there is a link. So when I post this success story, now when I come and choose growth in Christ and search, it will show. Here it is. It will show. It will work. The power of God, I want to show you also, if I chose the wrong link or the long link, how it will show. It will not show anything. It will not display anything here. It will not display anything there. So let me test that. Let me test that again. You see how it goes. Let me test that and you see. So I'll come here and put a wrong link. Not that it's a wrong link. It is just that it has some extra things. So the system will not recognize it as a watchable video. To recognize that is a, the system has a way of realizing if this video is something that someone can watch or is something that someone cannot watch. So it will only allow something that is watchable. Okay, watchable, I mean anything that can play on YouTube. And we believe that because YouTube has its own way to control content that you post there, then it means that the content that has been there has been filtered by YouTube. So it means here we are just going to add the same link, but you are going to see the difference. We are going to add a different link that has something, so that you can understand what happens when you add a wrong link. So here I'll say testing story 2. Okay, and now remember I said the correct link is the one. The correct link should have only should have one is equals and should have watch in it. But you can see this one has 2 is equals. It has the unsigned already. So the video ID is ending here, but it's adding several things after the video ID. So these are a wrong link, and I want to show you how it affects, or how it will affect the story. So if I copy this link the way it is, without changing anything, I copy this, because that's what some people have been doing. I copy this the way it is, all right? I copy this and then I paste it, right? If I copy this and now I paste it, I post it here. If I copy the way it is like that and I post it here, and then I say post, that video will not show. It will not show. It will not show. It will just say either YouTube, like that, and it will say a playback error. So if you are in this set, what do you do? Or maybe any other error. Usually it may not be just like this alone, but it may be another error. So how do you go about when you have posted a video like this? Okay, you've posted a video like this and it has an error. How do you go about this? So in case you have posted a video with the wrong link, don't write another story. Don't write another story. Just go to edit success story. Edit, there is this button here. Edit success story, and then say edit Poya story. Edit Poya story. So you'll see any video, and remember, this will only happen before you nominate. If you happen to dominate that story, you'll not be able to edit. It will disappear. It will disappear. It will disappear. So you look at the link. You see these links. So this one will work because it has only one is equals and it has watch. This one will work because it has only one is it is. It's not playing. So what you need to do, you need to come here and under edit. Come here and under edit success stories here. You click edit success story and then you edit Poya story. Okay. So when you click edit Poya story like that, you come here and now you click edit success story here. Edit success story. Okay, so when you click edit success story, you need to remove this character and anything after the and, this one, yote unatoa, so that you just remain with the ID and this how it is. Okay, so that's how you, and then if you have anything that you've messed up in the mandishi, you can change here, or maybe if you posted in a wrong category, you can select another category to post that story, and then you click submit story. When you do that, the story will be edited. When the story will be edited, you'll come and check your. And if you look at any of your links here and you see there is and in any of these IDs and there is no watch, just know that video will not play. And if it plays, come, I'll give you 1,000 shillings. It will not play. It will not. So when you come here and now you've edited and you've made sure that everything is all right, just come here to project success stories. And then now click view participant stories, and now you'll be able to see it. Let's say growth in Christ, like this. You'll be able to see it. Search. You'll be able to see it and it will play. It will now play. Okay, it will now play. It will be able to play. Okay, so now once you've edited your story, like you've edited and now every video, just make sure that every video can play, so that people will not stop voting for you, because you know it is very discouraging. Sometimes you go and you find that you've nominated a video that is not showing. So make sure that you confirm and you can read the power of God. I don't know, but there are people God is raising. Showing well, and then you can also play the video. Just listen to it. If it makes more sense, now you'll choose between this and this, right? You can either choose this, nominate this or this. Remember, once you've nominated, this is video story number. I want to show you what will happen. Once you've nominated, you'll not be able to nominate a story in that same category. For example, when you nominate a story in growth in Christ, you cannot nominate another story in growth in Christ. You nominate one in growth, so unless you are nominating in youth agency or any other category. And once you click nominate, you'll not be able to edit this video. So if you click nominate before you confirm if the video is visible and everything, you'll not be able to edit, because the system will assume you are done with it before you nominate and you checked. So let me see what will happen. Remember this story number 2. No, this story number 2. This is no story number 2. I want to see what happens. So when I click nominate, this button here will disappear. This button here will disappear automatically. So I'll just click nominate, and that button will disappear. It will disappear. And now when I come to edit story, I'll not be able to see that story that I've nominated. I can edit this, but I'll never nominate it because already I've nominated it. So you can never edit a story that you've nominated. It will go the way it is so long as you've nominated it. So before you nominate, just make sure you pay clear attention not to nominate a story that you have not verified. Okay. So you see here it has disappeared. There is only one. There is no, the other one is not there because it is sensing that that story is no longer there. It has gone to the stage for voting. All right. So when you go to the nominate, it will tell you you've nominated this. So you'll not have any other option to nominate that story. So you'll not nominate that story once it's view in the view is in this category here. Once you've nominated in that category, let's say in this category, but you can nominate any other story now in self-sufficiency, youth urgency, and growth in Christ, but not in growth in Christ, but any other story that you've not in any other category of this. Can other story they are nominated, but here you have already nominated, so you'll not be able to nominate any other story. So you make sure you nominate the best story. Now let's go to voting. If you want to vote, you'll go to cluster POYA section, and then now you'll have the cluster voting. It's very simple too. You'll select the categories. Remember, you can nominate stories in family, in self-sufficiency, in youth urgency, in integrated well-being, church influence to community, growth in Christ, and child protection. So here I nominated a story in growth in Christ. And you cannot be able to vote for your own story. Remember, I nominated this, the law of honor. I cannot be able to vote for this story. I can only vote either for this strange faith or for this. So I have this for Miles Monroe.
It didn't say as
and
God
I want to show you
about a
something.
man.
Can you come here, my
the
beloved?
growth in Christ, you know. So I'll nominate one of these. Okay, so here I'll go with Darius Daniel. So in case I say I vote for Darius Daniel, I want you to see what will happen. So I click vote. It will say you voted for this. So I'll not be able. And after that, it will tell me that voting will end in this time. So it is 16. So you cannot vote after these seconds have elapsed. So once you vote in that category, remember, you can go to other categories and you'll be able to see what is other categories and vote for them. After the voting has ended like that, and then you refresh, the voting button will disappear. You'll not be able to vote, even if you had not voted. But if you had voted, it will show you voted for that. I hope you are clear. I hope you are clear. That's how it works. So in case you have any questions and you'd like me to support you, I'm here to support you guys. So thank you so much for your time, and may God bless you. I'm wishing you all the best. I know you will succeed, and I know you will shine. So without matter ado, bye for now, and God bless you so much. Bye. Barakatel.